We will start the press conference with APA and Core JJ on the side of Team Liquid Honda. The Spanish broadcast asked APA, in what aspects do you feel that the level of individual performance demand was high in this first stand?
Sorry, can you repeat the question?
In what aspects do you feel that the level of individual performance demand was high in this first stand?
For like just the tournament itself?
I believe so. It's this tournament compared to maybe other regionals.
I mean, every international tournament, like individual performance matters tremendous amounts. Like it tends to be, at least in the Eastern regions, that teams will win and they'll have like 1 or 2 weak players on their team. So when they go into internationals and you show up, those like weak players can be exploited through various ways. So I think just individual power from like a laning has to be very strong going into especially Eastern teams, but even just like every team, because every team coming in like tends to be really good at least like one specific thing.
French broadcast would like to ask Core JJ, could you explain to us why the Ziggs pick went to Yon in here? Usually it's more of a APA's signature pick.
I can't tell like a lot of things, but this is what we've been practicing since APA is like really good Ziggs player, and then we can, flex the Ziggs for the better matchups.
Linda's a co-stream from LTA South asks APA, in the recent international tournaments we have seen teams playing against teams from the Pacific region. For example, PSG versus FlyQuest 2-0 at MSI 2024, PSG 2-0 100 Thieves, and FlyQuest 1-0 at Worlds 2024. How do you see the LTA moment compared to the LCP in terms of gameplay level and style?
I think firstly, it's just LCP teams tend to actually just be quite solid teams. They haven't like just been NA teams. Like for example, last year at MSI, I think PSG went to Game 5 versus BOG, which then was like a very, very good team. So it's not just like they're sniping wins off of us. I think their teams tend to actually just be good players, or good teams and have good players. I think our level should be higher than what we showed today. I don't actually think we showed up to win today, to be honest. It felt like we played not to lose, and then the enemy team's a really good team, so they didn't let us not lose like you can probably do in NA. So yeah, it's a bit frustrating to play this series today.
Don Jake from EMEA asked, Core JJ, TL is often described positively as a team that has very ordered and disciplined playing patterns. The criticism the team faces tends to come from when the state of gameplay deviates from these patterns and is left to individual interpretation. Do you feel that the team lacks creativity in game?
So if I say like one thing, like biggest different thing in international stage, League of Legends is changing the situation every single milliseconds, which it requires like really fast decision making from every moment, from every champions you are looking at the situation. But definitely this is what we were not good at it. But when we play versus like worst team, we had enough time to think about and making a plan, and we're quite good at it. So there's definitely a part we need to improve on, and I always think that there's no team without individual. So we gotta get better at it.
Namin from Americas asked APA, with KC, one of the teams considered around your level, taking a 2-0 win over TAS, a team that 2-0'd you. Do you have any thoughts on what they did better than you? What do you think you need to do to take down LCK or LPL reps at this tournament in the future?
I think mostly team concepts were fine compared to Eastern teams. A lot of times it just comes down to individuals. Just think individuals on our team, myself included, need to perform better when we're facing very tough opponents. And that's not even just versus the Eastern teams, that's also versus teams such as CFO, or even there were points during the KC series where we weren't like winning that hard. Even in the games we won, those games were still losable. So I think just individuals need to perform better, like throughout just honestly the entire tournament.